Every vibe coding tool feels magical for about 10 minutes. You type in a prompt, an app appears, and you think, wow, anybody can do this. But the moment you try to build something more advanced, reality hits you in the face like Mike Tyson. It looks nice on the surface, but it can't actually do much. And that's incredibly frustrating. Then I started hearing about Claude Code. Supposedly, it could build anything, and it can, but it's insanely technical. It felt like being handed the keys to a Ferrari when I don't even know how to drive stick. And then something big just happened. Claude Code just plugged into Bolt. If you don't know what Bolt is the super simple vibe coding platform where you can build apps just by writing prompts. So now you get the Ferrari level power without knowing how to drive stick shift. In this video, I'm going to show you just how powerful it is and even test it side by side with Lovable. Not only that, but if you stay to the end of this video, I'm going to show you a hack that takes you from making an app that looks like this to this in minutes with zero coding at all. All right, let's get into this. All right, guys, so here we have it. Here is Bolt v2, and if we look right here, you can see this is a new thing that has changed. So we have the ability to select the different assistant that we actually want to use inside of our platform. And as you can see, we now have our Claude agent here, which is how exactly we're going to be using the brand new Claude Code integration. Along with that, you can also see that there's the OpenAI Codex model here, which is the new OpenAI model that is actually coming soon to the Bolt platform very soon. But if you want to look at the key differences, you can see the Claude agent is for more advanced development by Anthropic, ideal for working with larger code bases. You can see the speed is way down, but the context management is as good as it gets. Then if you go down to the Bolt legacy model, which is what we're used to using in something like Bolt and Lovable, you can see that the speed is really fast, but the context management is not good. So first of all, we're gonna click on the Claude agent, and I'm so excited to show you how powerful it is right now. All right, now on to the prompt. So here is the prompt that we're actually gonna give Bolt v2 in Claude Code. So build me an app that is called Dress Me. It allows users to upload an image of themselves as well as another image of a piece of clothing, and it will generate an image of them wearing that item. Use the Gemini Nano Banana image model to actually generate this image. Make sure the entire image fits on our app when it's uploaded, along with when the images are generated. Allow the users to download the generated image. So basically, we're building this app here where we could upload an image of us along with a piece of clothing, and it'll generate an image of us wearing that clothing using the Gemini image model. The reason that we're doing this use case is because it very seamlessly will integrate this API into our app, where before this would be extremely difficult. So before I send this off, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna bring up Lovable, which is the Bolt competitor, and show you how different the output is and how seamless Bolt actually makes this with the new Claude Code integration. So let me quickly pull up Lovable, and similar user interface. I'm gonna give the exact same prompt here. So let's go ahead and put these side by side, and I'm gonna run this prompt. Boom, send it off to Bolt, and I send it off to Lovable. They're both going to begin spinning up a preview here. Let's see what goes on the back end. First of all, both of these models are thinking through the best way to actually build our app. As you can see, Lovable got a much quicker response here, and it's actually starting to build our app, whereas Bolt is still working on the plan here. So this is a really big thing I want to mention, is the Bolt v2 and the Claude Code model is not very fast, but this is not necessarily a bad thing at all. If anything, it's really good. The reason for this is because it's able to actually get more context on what it is you're trying to build, instead of a model that's being used like inside of Lovable, where, yeah, it'll think through how to do it, but it's going to begin quickly spinning up a prototype. Whereas Bolt v2 supposedly should actually build us a full entire working app rather than just like a cool looking prototype, if that makes sense. So let's let both of them do their thing, and I'll come back soon. All right, here we go. So Lovable was the first one to actually spin up our prototype here. You can see Bolt is actually working on this, and actually looks like it just finished up now. So I would say Lovable was about a minute and a half quicker than Bolt was, but let's actually go ahead and test the functionality here. So we've got the Bolt version on the left-hand side. We have the Lovable version on the right-hand side. Let's go ahead and test the Lovable version to start off. So what I could do is I could actually start uploading an image here. So let me go ahead and do that now. So here is this image of me actually at a wedding. So I'm gonna upload that. You can see this is the image, and then I'm gonna upload one more image, and that image is gonna be of a suit. There we go. So there's the image of the suit. What I'm gonna do now is I'm actually gonna try to generate this this. And let me try that now. So I'm gonna click this right here. What it should do is it should actually generate an image of me wearing this suit. However, it quickly spun out this image, and this is the initial one I gave it. So this did not work. Lovable did not work. So notice here, what Lovable is saying is it says that we need to connect Supabase. We need to refine and customize it and then master the prompting. And this part right here is really important, connecting Supabase. If you've ever vibe coded before, you've probably connected with Supabase. This is where we actually add our database as well as add like backend to our app so it could actually function properly. If you've dealt with Bolt or Lovable or other platforms, you've probably had this experience. What we'd have to do is we actually have to go and connect Supabase, which I need to open up a third-party application. I'll need to add an organization, all this stuff just to set it up to begin building a backend. Whereas directly inside of the new Bolt v2, we don't need to worry about this because this is all inside of the Bolt cloud is what they're calling it. Anything backend, don't worry about it because Bolt v2 supposedly is able to do that ourselves. So let me go ahead and try the same exact thing with Bolt. So I uploaded both of those. It should try to generate an image. And as you can see, it gave me this image output, which is nothing close to what I was trying to do. So the reason for this is we actually need to add our Gemini API key, which is how we're actually going to generate the image inside of our app. So let me go ahead and do that in Bolt. Let me show you exactly how easy it is to do. Let's just come here and say, help me implement the Gemini API so I could actually generate images with that image model. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take that same exact prompt, I'm gonna bring this over to Lovable, and I'm gonna send that off to both of them. All right, here is a really big point that I need to make, so make sure to listen right here. As you could see, if you look over on Bolt, it's basically creating the edge functions for us, and we don't have to do that. So it's actually going in and adding this information to the back end. However, compared to Lovable, we actually need to go into Supabase and do this ourselves. So let me try to do that now. What I have to do is I have to come up here. I need to click on Connect Supabase. I need to come and actually connect it to a project. So let me actually create a project. I now need to come to a third-party app called Supabase. I need to set this up. And here we go. So I did that inside of Supabase. I think that should be working now. Now I need to come back and actually connect it to a project. So let me connect it to this right here. So I actually need to go over to Bolt. All I need to do is just open up the secrets tab right here and basically paste in my Gemini API key. This is all stored directly inside of Bolt. This is the point I want to make. We don't need to go to a third-party application like Supabase to actually set this up. Makes it so much easier. So I'm going to click on create secret, and now this should be working. So it actually calls this API for Gemini to actually generate this image for me. All right, so let me come into Lovable and just say I connected Supabase. We now need to actually add the Gemini API. Help me do that. All right, so I need to actually add my Gemini API key into Lovable now. So let me go ahead and submit this. All right, guys, here we go. So hypothetically, both of these apps should now be working that we added the Gemini API key. So it should actually be able to generate this image. So let's just go ahead and try it real quickly. So first of all, I'm going to come over to Bolt. I'm going to upload this same image of myself as well as this image of the tuxedo right here. And let me do the exact same thing for Lovable. All right, so these should be good to go. Let me just generate both of these and see what happens. So generate magic. Again, left-hand side, we have Bolt. Right-hand side, we have Lovable. All right, so here is the output. As you can see, Bolt on the left-hand side generated this. It has this exact same image of me here. Actually, you know, I'm not wearing this blue shirt. Instead, I'm actually wearing this tuxedo. And it is the exact same tuxedo as that image. One thing I want to preface here is I uploaded this image of myself, and that is my girlfriend to the right of me. However, I didn't want to add her to this for multiple reasons. And this is not my girlfriend. So my girlfriend might get mad at me for thinking this is a different girl. I promise this is AI generated. That's not a real girl. Just have to make that preface. Anyways, I could actually go ahead and download this image. Let me click download. And just like that, we have this image of me wearing this tuxedo at a wedding. Crazy if you think about it. Then if we go back over to Lovable, you can see it tried to do this, but it generated this. I don't know why it is. It's probably just like using this as a placeholder because the actual API is not working with Gemini. However, this is why Claude Code inside of Bolt is revolutionary because it makes it very easy to implement different APIs and connect different apps and do all this very complicated stuff on the back end of your app. So for this to be a fair comparison video, I need to actually try and get Lovable to do this. So let me just try to do this for a little bit here. All right, so when I upload these images and I generate it, it's actually generating a completely random image, as you can see here. So I'm just gonna show a screenshot of this random person, and let's see exactly what it thinks we need to do in order to debug this. I do wanna mention, since I've vibe coded for hours upon hours, I feel like we're gonna get stuck stuck in this cycle where it's going to try to fix this. It's not going to be able to. And then honestly, I'm just going to blow up on my computer, and I'm basically just going to turn off my computer and be done with this because I'm just mad at Lovable. All right, so now it's actually going to edit the edge function inside of Supabase. So if I want to come in here and see what's actually happening, I need to go to Supabase. Instead of Bolt, it just has this already baked in. So while Lovable is trying to fix this, let me actually just quickly showcase how you could actually see the code inside of Bolt, but also you can now see the databases directly in here. So this is getting a little bit technical. You don't even need to know how to do this, but if you're proficient with these tools and you know how they work, you would know that this is quite a game-changing feature, the fact that they have these tables and all of the databases built in directly into our apps. So these are where we're actually uploading our images, and it's actually creating these images, all that stuff. It's all done on the back end of our application here. All right, so it said it made the fix. Let me go ahead and see if it's actually working now. So let me just click on the start over button. Here we go. Let's click that, send that off to Lovable. And we actually got this error saying it failed to generate image. Let me one more time give this to Lovable and say I'm getting this error. One thing I want to mention while it's actually trying to debug this is I'm going to add one more feature to this app inside of Bolt, and I'll try to do it with Lovable as well if this actually works. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add the ability for you to actually generate multiple different images from this image here. So let's say you have this image of me in this tuxedo, but I want to generate different angles or different like poses as if I were like a fashion model for some photo shoot or something. So it's automatically going to be able to do that using the Gemini API, and we'll add just another cool spin to our application here to make it just, you know, an actual valuable app. All right, let's try this one more time with Lovable. And as you can see, again, it created this image right here that has nothing to do with these two images that I actually uploaded. So what I'm going to do, let me just come back to Bolt, and I'm actually going to give it this prompt to add a little bit more to our app here. So now once the initial image is generated, I want to be able to create multiple different angles of the same image as if the person were a model for a fashion shoot. Once the image is generated, allow the user to just click a button to generate different poses, where it generates 3 other images of them wearing the same thing in the same environment, just different angles and poses. So let's send that off to Bolt. Guys, I've really enjoyed using the Bolt Claude Code integration since this has released. I personally haven't really been using Claude Code because it's just a little bit too technical for me, even though I make YouTube videos about AI as my job. So if I have trouble using it, I can only imagine how non-technical people getting into the AI space and don't know how to code, I can only imagine how difficult it is for them. So I hope this really makes it much easier for you to actually build not just cool prototyped apps, but apps that are functional and have real life utility. All right, so now this should be good to go. Let me generate this once more. It's going to generate that initial image of me in this tuxedo. Then from there, I should be able to actually generate multiple different angles and poses of me wearing this tuxedo. All right, so here we go. It generated this image as we're used to seeing at this point. Let me just click this fashion shoot button now, and now it should generate 3 more versions of me actually wearing this suit here. You might be thinking, Brock, this looks like a pretty generic looking app that's generated with AI. And the reason for that is because I have not spent any time at all trying to refine the user interface of this app. However, I'm going to show you real quickly after doing this, how you could actually take your app and make it look very professional and not like it's AI generated. Guys, there we go. Look at this. I'm actually like genuinely very surprised I was able to do this. So it actually generated these images of me wearing this tuxedo in the exact same setting as this. So look, it's like this is in Vail, Colorado when I was actually at a wedding, and it looks exactly like I'm in the same exact locations. That is pretty cool, honestly. I could download each of these. All right, so at the beginning of this video, I said I was gonna show you a hack that can take you from creating AI-looking apps to professional-looking apps in minutes. So let me show you exactly how I did that right now. So as you can see, I have this cool landing page here with this animation that says dress me, have this cool button, ready for virtual try on here. And if you come down, you can see I actually made some changes to our app. And again, I did this in like 5 minutes. It's nothing crazy, but it adds a spin to our app to make it not look so AI generated. So if you could see it, we have this like animation right here. We upload our clothing. Our app is working as it should, as we covered in this video. And look at these different animations that I added. So this looks really cool. So let me show you exactly right now how you could do this in minutes. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna come over to 21st.dev. So I'm just gonna come here to 21st.dev. And what this is this is a user interface component library. Anything that you can think of when it comes to to like the user interface of our app, it has here, and we could just copy these templates, which are prompts for us to just inject directly into Bolt. So for example, I'm going to show you the ones that I have bookmarked here. As you can see, this is the exact same as this that I actually have in my app here, but this is obviously custom to our app called Dress Me. All you have to do is come here, find a user interface component you like, come up here, change this to bolt.new, click on copy prompt, and it will actually create a prompt that's designated specifically for Bolt. And what you're gonna do, literally just come in here and say, I want you to add this, and there you go, you paste that in, send that off to Bolt, and it'll actually implement this like in seconds. It's pretty amazing. I did the exact same thing for this right here, as well as for these little buttons here. And I even did the same thing for this very, I don't know, pretty basic animation, but it adds a cool layer to our application here. So I literally just came to this, I went to images, and was just scouring through all of these to see which ones I liked. And I liked this, and this is exactly what I implemented. I just came here, clicked open component, copy prompt, went back to Bolt, and basically just injected this into our prompt. All right, guys, there you have it. There is the new Bolt V2 with the Claude Code integration. I hope you could see why this kind of revolutionizes the way that we actually vibe code apps. Bolt was the first vibe coding platform out there. It blew all of our minds, and we've begun getting familiar with these tools, playing around with them, but there really is only so far that you could take them. This should now change that, no matter how technical you are, to be able to build some amazing applications. With that being said, guys, if you got some value from this video, subscribe to the channel and join my free newsletter in the description below, where I basically send you bite-sized information every single week on what's going on in the AI space, along with different ways you could utilize it in your everyday life. All right, enough talking. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys in the next video.